She was 3 glasses deep when she decided to swing. The music cut out mid-laugh, the room freezing like someone had hit pause on the entire evening. Her voice sliced through the hush, deliberate, venomous, aimed straight at me. She never went to college, Rebecca declared, head tilted back, eyes glittering with the kind of triumph people wear when they think they've finally won something permanent. The jab barely grazed me anymore. I'd spent years watching her wrap her bitterness in designer dresses and courtroom swagger. But that night wasn't about humiliation, it was about cauterizing a wound that had been festering since we were teenagers. I stood there holding a plastic cup of cheap Merlot, surrounded by her lawyer friends in their $1,000 suits, staring at me, grease still under my fingernails, steel-toe boots scuffed from a job site, like I was the help who'd forgotten to use the service entrance. Maybe I was. But she was the one who'd texted me the address. I smiled, small and steady. That's true, I said, college never interested me. Then her managing partner, a silver-haired man who carried authority the way other people carry wallets, set his whiskey down with a soft clink. Hold on, he said. Your sister is Olivia Turner? Rebecca's smirk twitched. Yes, why does that matter? The man's eyebrows lifted in genuine surprise. The Olivia Turner who engineered the Turner White HVAC optimization package? The one the DOE keeps on speed dial? He turned to me, reassessing. You're that Olivia Turner? Rebecca's face went the color of old paper. The room inhaled and forgot how to exhale. I took a slow sip of the terrible wine and let the quiet do its work. I am, I answered. Rebecca hadn't always been cruel. When we were little, she used to French braid my hair on the porch steps, whispering that I was the smartest person she knew, that one day the world would line up to listen to me. Then I chose wrenches over lecture halls, and she chose prestige over everything else. She became Rebecca Turner, ESQ, and I became Becca's sister, the one who works with her hands. I never corrected anyone. I liked my work. I liked the logic of ductwork, the poetry of pressure differentials, the satisfaction of a building breathing right because I made it happen. While she was posting graduation photos in front of ivy-covered walls, I was starting a one-woman company out of a dented van and a toolbox I bought second-hand on Craigslist. Clients started small, residential calls, emergency repairs. Every frozen coil I thawed, every condenser I rebuilt, taught me something. Then a property developer asked if I could do better than the off-the-shelf system in his new 30-story tower. I could. I did. That design became a patent. That patent became federal contracts. The money arrived quietly, the way good work usually does. I never flaunted it. Partly because I didn't need to, mostly because I wanted to watch what Rebecca would do if she still believed she stood on higher ground. She showed me. Over and over again. Last Thanksgiving she'd called and said, just bring a side dish, nothing fancy, the partners are coming, let's keep it tasteful. I brought a decent bottle of wine and the last of my patience. Her boss was there. So were the senior partners. The same firm that had laughed me out of the room 3 years earlier when I pitched them my unproven system for their headquarters. Life has a sense of humor. Mr. Harlan, the managing partner, stood up straighter now, piecing it together. You're the one who retrofitted our building downtown, he said. Your system cut our energy spend by $480,000 last year alone. He looked at Rebecca, mild curiosity sharpening into something colder. You never mentioned your sister was that Turner. Rebecca swallowed hard enough to hear. I didn't connect the dots. Harlan gave a polite smile that didn't reach his eyes. Well. The Department of Energy just forwarded us your sister's firm for the full sustainability overhaul. We'll be in touch, Olivia. Impressive work. Truly impressive. Rebecca gripped the edge of the dining table like it was the only thing keeping her vertical. Nobody looked at her anymore. They looked at me. For once, I didn't make myself smaller. I left before dessert. My boots sounded loud against her polished hardwood, each step deliberate. Outside, the cold November air tasted like metal and freedom. I didn't feel vindicated, exactly. Just level. The scoreboard was finally even. She'd spent a decade burnishing her image on resentment and resume lines. I'd built mine in attics and mechanical rooms where nobody thought to look. She confused quiet for weak. That was her error, not mine. Later that night my phone lit up with an email from Harlan's executive assistant. They wanted an exclusive consulting agreement. I signed it the next morning. Now, every time I drive past their tower at night, I glance up at the windows glowing soft and steady, air cycling perfectly through the veins I designed. Air she breathes because I allow it. A building she once mocked me for understanding. When people ask about my sister these days, I keep it simple. She's an attorney, I say. Never quite mastered humility. Then I go back to work, quietly, precisely, making sure the world breathes exactly the way I intend it to.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a twist. Stay tuned to Reddit Tales Times for your daily dose of drama, laughs, and unbelievable stories.